Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. And depending on where you are joining, your location, we are really happy to welcome you today to our first information session from the new collaboration we just started with RUFORUM. And today's session is aimed to introduce the COLEAD resources and tools to entrepreneurs in the agri-food sector, helping you to improve your performance. And my name is Ahoefa Soklou, and I'm project officer from the Network and Alliances Department of COLEAD, and I'm based in Togo, and I have the pleasure to moderate the webinar today. So as I was mentioning at the beginning, this session is part of this new collaboration between COLEAD and RUFORUM. So you have the opportunity to get to know more about COLEAD in a few minutes. And the idea of this collaboration is to strengthen and support innovation with entrepreneurship, and innovation, capacity building, market orientation, and support all agri-business initiative in Africa. And today is the first session that we are having. And the idea is to get you or to welcome you guys in the world of COLEAD, let you know what we are proposing as resources and how you can make use of these resources to improve your entrepreneurship journey. So before we start the webinar, I would like to remind you a few logistical information. So the session will be fully in English, and the presentation will be made available to you once the webinar is closed. So we'll share the presentation, and in the same way we'll be sharing with you the recording of this session. So don't worry, you have the chance to go back to the resources, go back to the webinar, and understand better maybe some aspect that you may have missed. And the Q&A is open to you guys to post all the questions, all the content that you have, as long our panelists are presenting each tool. Don't hesitate to go to the chat and post, or the Q&A and post your question. And at the end, we have few minutes to answer to this question and provide more clarification to you. And we will be happy also to discover who has joined. Sorry. So do not hesitate to put in the chat where you are connecting from, the country you are connecting from, the organization you are connecting from, and we'll be happy this is the opportunity to know each other and get connected to each other. So to open this webinar, I will invite the head of the Department of the Network and Alliances in COLEAD, Ines Bastos. So she brings over 2 decades of experience in technical assistance, monitoring, network management, and policy development, with a deep expertise in agri-food sector development. And since she has joined COLEAD, she has led and coordinated technical activities across the sub-Saharan Africa, covering agri-food production and processing, business management, access to finance, and network development. And she also serves as the COLEAD gender lead, supporting women empowerment across the organizational programs. So Ines, we are happy to have you today, and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ahoefa, and thank you so much, RUFORUM, for our collaboration. It's really an honor and a pleasure to be here today. It's our first session, as Ahoefa mentioned, and we really look forward to strengthen our collaboration, to build activities, interventions that will empower the African entrepreneurship and the African capacity building institutions that are critical for the development of the continent. So it's really a pleasure. As Ahoefa said, this is the first of a session. So it's a partnership we started in conversations already a few months ago, but this year it's really the year where we forge our partnership. So it's really a pleasure. I give the floor to Dr. Otinga from RUFORUM, and then I will get back because I would like to show you and to speak a bit about COLEAD, and then I will give the floor to my colleagues that will really go through the different resources and information that is, we hope it will be helpful for RUFORUM constituency. The floor is yours, Dr. Otinga. It's really a pleasure to have you here today.
Okay, can you hear me or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Abigail Otinga. I serve at the RUFORUM Secretariat as a Senior Program Officer, System Strengthening, but I also double in as the Deputy Program Director for the TAGDev program. So TAGDev stands for Transforming African Agricultural Universities to Meaningfully Contribute to growth and development on the continent. I know that many of the GTM studio fellows here have interacted with the program. If not, then we will encourage you that we will be able to communicate more about that. So I'm really grateful and thankful to be here, and I appreciate COLEAD for organizing this meeting. It is really, like I was telling Lois, it's really kind of long overdue because we should have done this at the beginning. But nevertheless, we are here and we appreciate COLEAD for doing this, but we also appreciate the young entrepreneurs who have joined this meeting today and who are also with us on the GTM studio, working with our colleagues to be able to advance this agenda for entrepreneurship. And so, yeah, of course, COLEAD is our esteemed partner in the space of, effective transitions of our young people into the place of work, and specifically focusing on the issue of entrepreneurship and businesses in that space. So I know that this initiative, the Go-to-Market Studio initiative, has begun, I think, 2 or 3 months ago with my colleagues here at the Secretariat, Lois and Nimrod and the rest, in terms of trying to onboard these young people onto the platform. And so I think a lot has already been done. We have had introductions from those programs. We have had registering of those young people. I am told that we are at 40 enterprises at the moment who are already registered on the GTM. This is quite a significant number of people because we see that by this kind of registration, we know that it is a shift in the right direction for our young people, moving from the conversation of job seeking to really creating jobs for themselves and their peers. So like I mentioned, I think we're in the 3rd month of implementation, and it is an opportune time for us to be able to know each other and really know what kind of initiatives both RUFORUM and the COLEAD partners really have in store for our partners, for our young people. During some of the one-on-one sessions with the young people, with our colleagues, it came out that there are, in as much as you are having these enterprises at different levels of implementation. Some of you are at initial stages. Some of you are accelerating. Some of you just require some kind of information to be able to, push you to another level. So we know that you are at different levels. And during our own one-on-one sessions, we noted a few things. We noted that there are some gaps that you yourselves identified, which you mentioned that you would like for us as RUFORUM, or also with our other partners, as COLEAD, for instance, to be able to help you bridge this gap so that you can be able to be pushed to a different level. And some of the issues that came out were, like, for example, gaps in your enterprises, gaps in, for example, legal and compliance issues. That was something that came up very clearly in our own one-on-one sessions. Issues of financial management came out also very strongly. you mentioned about issues of branding and communication, being able to, how do you brand your product, your services in a way that speaks for itself, such that it attracts more numbers to your enterprise. You expressed interest on learning how to build partnerships and so on and so forth. So those are some of the things that you identified that you said we can be able to work with you to build that capacity. And so that is how now COLEAD and of course other partners come on board, that to be able to deal with these gaps that you have been able to identify so that we can be able to build your capacity and even strengthen it more to make you better. And in that area, speak or contribute very broadly or very significantly on the discussion for creation of jobs and for yourselves and for your peers. Now, having said that, maybe just a mention on what RUFORUM is. Of course, again, for you who have interacted with RUFORUM, you know that the acronym stands for Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture. And our mission really is to strengthen the capacities of universities, but also the young people who are affiliated to those universities to be able to foster the innovations or, such as those that are responsive to the demands of the smallholder farmers and the other stakeholders within the communities in which we serve. And so we aim to achieve this through, for example, training researchers for impact-oriented research, and in so doing, leveraging or maintaining collaborative working relationships, which help us to be able to achieve what we want to do. And so you are very critical in this journey. And why is that so? Because RUFORUM is implementing the TAGDev program. I mentioned about the TAGDev program, which is a 10-year program. We are in our 3rd year of implementation right now. And it is funded by the MasterCard Foundation. And core to that program are 3 main outcomes. And so the first outcome is expanded work opportunities for our young people. And then, of course, the second outcome is increasing or enhancing the agri-food systems to effects of climate change, and then strengthened higher education and agricultural outcomes. So those are our three main outcomes. But in all those outcomes, our focus really is on the expanded work opportunities, where we are looking at what are the young people doing, what can we be able to do to be able to provide more opportunities for our young people to be able to create jobs for themselves and their peers. And that is why it becomes, you're very, very critical in this position. And so I really don't want to talk a lot of time, because you probably have interacted with our colleagues and you have heard all that about the program. But I just want to encourage you to know that you are very brave. You've taken a very brave position to be a job creator and not really a job seeker. And I was talking to my colleagues and I was saying that to the bare minimum, if we have 40 enterprises registered for this GTM studio, the bare minimum is actually 40 jobs. That's already the bare minimum that we're talking about. So in terms of, if you have the 40 enterprises, the bare minimum is 40 jobs. So you're talking about if you're an enterprise, you can be able to employ maybe 2 or 3 or even more. That is really creating jobs for yourself and your peers, and that's what really drives our motivation in this program. And so I welcome you on board. I wish you successful deliberations. I hope that by the end of your interaction with the GTM studio, you'll be able to say that you have gained something, and really will have moved you from one level to another level that can help build the community. So I think I'll stop at that. Thank you very much for having me, and back to you, Ines. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Otinga, and thank you so much for mobilizing this great group of entrepreneurs from all over Africa. I see from the chat that really from all over Africa, Southern, East, Western Africa. So indeed, COLEAD is there to support in that journey. And what we will see today is I will do a very brief introduction on COLEAD, and then my colleagues will really deep dive on the resources that are there available to the constituency of RUFORUM. Ahoefa, I will share my screen. It's okay? I don't know if
Yes,
you
please.
want to still. Okay. So I will share
Thank
my
you.
screen. So, wait. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Ines.
Okay. So very briefly, just to start with, what is COLEAD? So COLEAD stands for Committee Linking Entrepreneurship Agricultural Development. So we are, as an organization, we are an association that aims at strengthening the agri-food sector with the objective of attaining the Sustainable Development Goals. We work with different continents and different geographies. But if you look at the map there, you see that the majority of our programs, they are concentrated in sub-Saharan Africa. So where you see the green dots, it's where we have more active programs and more active partners. As an association, we are made of members that are coming from around 50 countries that come from both private and public sector. We also have a team that it's growing quite fast. So we are getting closer to the 90 now. We have an office in Brussels where I am, and Nina and Christelle. And then we have an office also in Lomé in Togo, where my colleague Ahoefa and my colleague that are here are also. We also have an office in Nairobi, Kenya, and also in Paris, and we have different, what we call national relays in different countries around the globe. So we exist already for 50 years, and during the past 25 years, we've been entrusted by donors like the European Union, but also the French Agency for Development or some UN agencies to design, implement, and monitor programs that are aligned with our vision, so centered in the agri-food system. So this is a bit a snapshot of what we are, our mission. And if you look at the main themes that are covered by our programs and by our offer, you see that some were tackled and identified as gaps. So it was mentioned in terms of business and management, the financial management. So we have within our offer, our training offer, and my colleague will further develop, we develop self-study courses and tutored courses in this area of business and management, financial management, business development. Then we have also an offer that tackles more on the agro-technical side, so sanitary and phytosanitary, sustainable agriculture, and also linked to pedagogical training, being COLEAD ISO certified. We are built around 3 divisions. So at the core, we have technical assistance and trainings. We have also networks and alliances, access to finance. Although we don't provide funding, we create and my colleague Christelle, she will further develop. We provide what we call a pathway for entrepreneurs like yourselves to get to the different sources of funding and get the capacities and skills development that potentially are needed. And also a very important aspect is facilitating market access, because you can be entrepreneurs, have your products, but they need to serve a certain market. So we have quite extensive information in terms of market information, market insights that can be also freely available, and we invite you to look at the website. We also have what we call regulations and standards. So again, you are an entrepreneur, you want to export a certain crop a product to, for example, you need to be aware on what are the regulatory framework, what are the standards that are needed in order for you to be compliant. So very, very, very critical. So we give like a 360-degree coverage of the agri-food sector, from production to business management to facilitating access to markets. In terms of our ecosystem, you can see that at the heart of COLEAD, we have the entrepreneurs, the companies to be like yourself. So producers, processors, traders that are active at the local, regional, or international markets. We also work with cooperatives, with business members, organizations, with strategic partners like RUFORUM, educational institutions, research institutes, and we also work with the public sector. And then we have the whole COLEAD community that form this ecosystem. How practically we offer our services. So we have what we call the global programs, and the global programs, they include and they benefit a quite vast number of countries. We are now finishing a program called Fit for Market Plus, and a new program will still be launched this year. It will be called Fit for Market Africa. So all the countries that I saw in the chat, you are eligible to this program. So Sub-Saharan Africa, and you need to be related already. You need to have the company already established. And in the majority of the programs we are currently having, the angle is agro-food, and with a particular emphasis on fruits and vegetables. But then it can vary according to the country. But as said, we have global programs like the Fit for Market that will be will be launched this year. And then we have specific programs. So I saw that there were some participants from Gambia. So we have a big program in Gambia called Spring that it is already launched, is running, and we are accepting applications for support. Same case for Ethiopia. I don't know if there are participants here from Ethiopia, but if you are, we have this dedicated program. Both these two programs, they are very focused on horticulture. Then we also have PASA in Côte d'Ivoire, which includes horticulture, but also fish. And then we have in other regions, other programs that are running. So these are the programs you have. I invite you to go to our website. And you can look at the different programs, and you can apply to COLEAD programs via this link. And my colleagues can include this link in the chat. And it's what we call an expression of interest. Then, according to the sector where you are, the country, you will be directed to the different programs. If you are not in Gambia, Ethiopia, or Côte d'Ivoire, you need to wait a bit because you need to wait that the Fit for Market Africa is launched. But for example, there are other countries, and the Fit for Market Africa will entail technical assistance and training support. These are, in a very summarized way, all the resources that are available. They are open source, so library, you can have access to a very dense library with technical guides, trading guides, market studies that can be very useful in this phase of your as entrepreneurs. E-learning, my colleagues will explain. Analytics is really data information dashboards that are in our website, so we really encourage you to visit the website. It's all free. We have a dedicated program and website linked to regulations, the Agrinfo platform, free access. We also invite you to go there. So, and we invite you to join our community and to really take part in being part of the COLEAD community. So this is a very brief presentation of COLEAD. I will now give the floor to the moderator, and she will introduce the other speakers that will really deep dive in the different resources. Thank you so much for the attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Ines. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you both for your introduction words and for setting the scene very well for this information session. So, as Ines mentioned it, we'll focus today on three main, I would say, tools that are available open access to you and that you can use even if you haven't applied yet to a program. And we discuss e-learning platform. We discussed our access to finance support, and finally the Agrinnovators platform that is available for entrepreneurs in the world. And I will start by introducing, by welcoming my colleague Doris from the training department. She presents the e-learning platform to you, what is available as resources and how to navigate through this platform. And Doris is training officer in the COLEAD training department, and she contributes a lot in the promotion and delivery of capacity building activities for professionals, organizations, and in the agri-food sector. And she also brings an experience in knowledge management, communication, notably from her previous work in the WHO, and combining strong skills in training support, knowledge sharing, and stakeholders engagement. So I will invite Doris for her presentation. Doris, if you are ready, over to you.
Thank you, Ahoefa. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is fine. I am Doris, as she said, from the Togo office. I am a training officer in the training department, and I'm going to present our e-learning platform. Before I start, just give me 1 second to share my screen. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, as I said, this will be just a presentation of the e-learning platform. I would take now the floor. I will share my screen, please, Ahoefa. Let us just go straight to the point. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, Doris.
Okay, thank you. I put a link in the chat just a few seconds ago. I would just want to say that if you don't remember anything from my presentation, just remind that the link to the training platform is training.colead.link. Training.colead.link. You go on Google, you just type that, you click on enter, and you'll be here. So this is, excuse me, this is our home page on the training platform. Basically, you can, when you don't register, like you are just a visitor, you can see everything here. We put everything here to guide you about the platform, what is there, what you can find. So seeing the home page now, you see that you have a button here, which is join now. When you click on join now, you will have all the information about the registration, like what is the platform about, how to access it, and everything, every information is already available there. So when you want to register, you just click here to register. And then it will link you to another page where you have to create your credentials. So you have to choose a username, a password, an email address that will be linked to the platform. And then please fill all the information that are required here. You choose your gender, name of date of birth, the country, and everything. And when you finish filling all this, you can just click at the bottom, you click on create my new account. Since I already have an account, I will not create another account, but this is just to show you the page for the registering. So now I'm going to go back and to the home page and show you also that if you don't want to click on join, like you are not a reading person, we have a video here. So you see that button that display here, the play one, you click on play and you have access.
And welcome to the COLEAD e-learning platform. Let's
You
explore
have access to that video that will help you explore the platform, what is there, how you have to join, and everything. So you can just do that later after my presentation if you have some time. You're at home, you can join. You go to the platform training.colead.link and you click on that video to see what are the information regarding the platform. So those are the key things that we have, the specificities of our platform. So you can download the platform on Moodle or Windows app. So you click on Moodle and you have access on the Moodle form, and you click on Windows app to have access on the app. So you can download it on your phone also. It is accessible on laptop and on your phone. And some of our trainings lead to a certificate that is printable upon successful completion of your courses. We have also a offline mode. So when you register to a course, and we know that Africa experienced sometime internet cutoff and some challenges regarding the connection. So when you register, you have a mode on which you can just download the course on your phone, on your laptop, and you go through it. But the quiz and the evaluations are only accessible when you are online. So you cannot access to the evaluation when you're on offline mode, but it gives you time to go through the document and learn whatever you want to learn. And also, if you want to find more about our training principle, you can click on this page to access the training principles of colleagues. You can download our training catalog also here. When you see the little hand, it's just here. And if you want to know about our ISO 20001 certification requirements, you can just click there and see what are the standard that we follow to deliver all our training. I'm going to the bottom. This is the home page. We haven't go anything anywhere yet. So you have our training thematics that are here. Normally it's 8 thematics, but right now we have just developed courses in 7 thematics. The 8th one is ongoing. So we have trainings in management of organization and business development, agriculture production and processing, environmental management, food safety, and social accountability and empowerment, sustainable production and trade, and plant health. So those are the ones that are available now. You can click on read more if you want to read more about every thematics and what is inside, what is developed, and all this. And also you have access on the training catalog. When you download the training catalog, you will find all the courses that are available on the training platform. So I'm going down also. Here you have our top courses, like the courses that are mostly chosen by the learners on the platform. And we have on the homepage, you have a section for the FAQ, the frequently asked questions. So here also you can find information on who can register, how do I register, and everything that will help you navigate through the platform is there. So you can go down if you have difficulty when managing or navigating through the platform. You can go to the FAQ and you will find and answer. So now let's go up again. So apart from home, we have another page for the self-study courses that are available in our thematics, the 7 ones that I presented before. You have also tutorial trainings that are available for our partner beneficiaries. If you have a signed, a standard or tailor-made support project with us, we have tutorial trainings that are offered to our partner beneficiaries. Excuse me, I need to move this. And here you have also the button to access our resources. As Ines said before, we have a lot of resources. We have the library, we have analytics, you have regulations that you can access through this platform, this e-learning platform alone. I'm apologizing for the noise in the background. Sorry, I'm working from home today. And you can also access the page of the frequently asked question here also. So now let's go to the main subject, the courses, the self-study courses that are open to everyone. You don't need to be a partner beneficiary or have anything signed with COLEAD before accessing those courses. So you can access it, you can talk to your friends, everybody that you know that are interested in any of our thematics can just register in the platform and get access to those courses. So to access a course on the self-study page, you go to the self-study page, and then you choose a thematic that speaks to you or the one that you want to study. Let us go for the management. Then I click on management of organization and business development. So I haven't registered yet. I haven't logged in yet. This is in free access to everyone. So here you have just a video to present. It's an introduction video. So you see, I can just click on it and have access on it. Just represent the course here. So I don't need to register or do anything before accessing that information right now. But now I have the course list. So in that thematic, we have 9 courses. So you have 9 courses. Here you have additional information also. You have the target audience and the skills targeted when you want to follow those courses. So let us say that sometimes some courses are complementary, like to register to, there are topics that are complementary. So maybe when you will want to, to access the course 2, maybe they will ask you to take the course 1 before. But I just want to show you how to access the courses and how to navigate when you choose a course. So I'm going to take the accounting and financial management, for example. Then now I have to log in or to register. Since I already have an account, I will just have to log in. If you don't have an account, then you have to create a new one. So here I have all the information I need. The course duration is about 9 hours and 30 minutes. And here I have a little introduction. Then if I want to access the course, I have to enroll. So you click on Enroll Me. Once I click on Enroll Me, I have the information that is here that I am enrolled in that course. Now I can navigate through the course. So we have, I want to show you 3 things here. You have a tab on the left. So this is the general navigation tab. Here you can see everything that is in the course. So you have the general one, the welcome, the forum, the information about the duration. You have a YouTube video. and you have the first activity. So here you can find all the information to help you navigate through your course. So even on the main page, like the big one in the bottom here, in the middle, sorry, the big page in the middle here that is displaying in which on which I can see all the information regarding the course. If I'm lost, I can just go back here to the navigation one and choose where I am, where I remember that I am, and I will have access. Or maybe I am, let's say I was in activity 2 and I find something I don't remember which is in activity 1, then quickly I can go to the navigation tab and click on where I want to access, and this page will be open to me just quickly like that. So after that navigation, you have the main page that's here. You find everything here. So you click on everything and you have access. For each activity, you have a mini quiz. And at the end of the courses, you have the evaluation, the qualifying text that is here that you have to pass before getting your certificate. So every time you finish an activity, you can mark it as done. You have the button to mark it as done to help you see your progression in the course. And the last tab that I want to show you is this arrow there. Let me move this. This arrow, it will open another tab also on which you will find resources and help. If you don't understand an acronym, then you have the acronyms here, which is available through that link, the glossary, other colleague resources, the FAQ and help, online tips, the test and the grading. Now, you have also an information here about the offline mode. So how do I access the offline mode? Before I go to the offline mode, let me present quickly the calendar. So here you have your calendar. Sometimes some courses may require activities like webinars or something. So if you have something planned regarding that course, it will be here on your course calendar. So you can access the calendar just here in that tab. So now I'm closing this tab. And to access the offline mode, you go back to the main page, the one in the middle. And here, you see you have course, grades, competencies, and you have more. So you click on more and you download the course content. When you download the course content, you have a zip file. So you have to extract the file and you have, let me try this. Because the last time I tried, there was a little issue. Or I will just do this. Let me go back. Oh, sorry. Okay. This is an opportunity for me. I wanted to change the language. And I don't know why. Okay. To change the language of the page, because this is in French, I registered in French. Then just click on the arrow in front of your initials and you click on language. Here is lang, and I will choose the English one to have access on the page in English. So I wanted to go back here and choose business. Okay. Okay. Then I enrolled for the business class. And now I want to go to the offline mode. Okay, here. You see on the main page, when I scroll down, you see course content, and you have here offline and additional resources. Then I just click on offline and additional resources. Then you have a PDF that is here. That will be downloaded automatically. And I have access on the courses offline. This is not the platform anymore. This is a PDF that is available here. So you have this also to have access to the course offline. So basically, yeah, this is what how to access a self-study courses. And as I said, at the end of every courses, when you finish, you have to do the end module quizzes to pass the certification, and you have access to your certificate that you can download. So apart from that, I can show you also how to update your profile, because when you create your profile first, you just put required information just to have some information to help you access to the platform. So you can go where your initials are there. Me, I am Doris Guinhouya, so you have DG. I click on profile. And here is my profile. Then I click on edit profile. And I can add all the information that are required here, a description, a picture, other files that I want to add, and everything. And I will click on update profile to register to register all the information that I have updated right now. You can put every information that is here, you can just put it, fill it, and update your profile. Since I'm not going to do it, I will cancel it and go back to the dashboard. Let me show you the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. Yes, my time is over.
Doris, please. Yeah, almost. Yeah, it's over. So if you can
No, I
in 2
finished. I
minutes.
think it's the last one, because I already talked about the library, the FAQ. So I'm just showing the dashboard. And also, if you want to see all the courses in which you have enrolled, then you go to my courses, and you have all the courses that you are currently enrolled in, and you have the progression here. This one is 50%, this is 100, this is 0, so it depends on you. So yeah, I think I'm done. I'm done, yes, because I don't have any tutorial training ongoing right now. I already showed you the resources and the FAQ. So thank you. This is the e-learning platform. I will give you the floor. I don't know if there are questions. You can write your questions in the chat. My colleague Jero is there. He can answer because he is the master, the webmaster of the e-learning platform. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ahoefa.
Thank you, Doris.
Doris, if I may just add something that I think is very important for these entrepreneurs, is that after the completion of, if they do it successfully, they'll have these training certificates. So it was already mentioned, but to highlight again, so it's in this phase of their career where they are as entrepreneurs, certificates are important to show. First, important the know-how that you gain, but also all these trainings that are free in terms of the self-study courses. They then will give access to a certification of completion, just to add.
Thank you, Ines. Thank you so much, Doris, for this presentation, which which was useful, and I'm sure participants have more a clear understanding on how our e-learning platform works, and they can make the most of this platform. And I encourage you to register today after the session, like everyone here, and especially for the GTM cohorts, just go through the registration. Lois will get back to you with further information. And I think, as Abigail was mentioning in her opening, so we come back to you with a more customized learning path with some courses that targets directly the needs that you highlighted during your onboarding in the GTM studio program. So I just wanted to add this. So do not hesitate to just go through the registration process today. And yeah, so we will continue the presentation and now we take to discover the second tool, the access to finance support that COLEAD have implements. And I'm going to invite my colleague Christelle. Christelle supports his financial analyst, and she supports agri-food SMEs across the ACP program in strengthening their investments readiness, including financial diagnostics and development of their capacity to financial building capacity. So she will take you through the pathway and show you how you can use and how you can improve your financial investments readiness through these courses. So Christelle, thank you for your time, and we have
Good morning,
Christelle,
everyone.
if you are okay.
Yes. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, Ahoefa, for the introduction. So as said, my name is Christelle Bento Gomez. I work in the Access to Finance department at COLEAD as a financial analyst. And what I would like to do in the next 15 minutes is to walk through the road COLEAD has made available to support agri-entrepreneurs on their journey to access finance. And this road has a name. It's called the Investment Readiness Path, or as we like to call it, the ERP. So let's go into it. But before we talk about what are our solutions, we want to talk, I thought it will be important to mention the problem because it's real and many of you in this room may have faced it. So when an agripreneurs try to access financing, they usually face a wall. And that wall has many bricks. And on this slide, you can see the full landscape of what makes access to finance so difficult in the agri and horticulture sector. There are risks that are more related to the agricultural sector on itself, like climate, perishability, market volatility, but there are also more structural issues that are more linked to the macro business environment, such as policies, legal framework, or macroeconomic instability. And those are real and they are even harder to control. And because we think that we cannot control the weather or the exchange rate, but we can work on something very specific and very actionable, that is the capability gap. So what does it mean really in practice? Well, it means that many agribusiness struggle to access finance, not because their project isn't viable, but because they don't have the tools to demonstrate that viability. And they lack the financial management skill to build a solid business plan, for example, or they haven't formalized their financial projection, or even they don't even know which source of funding are relevant on their stage of development or how even to approach them. So this is exactly the gap that Investment Readiness Path was built to close. But before even diving into what is the ERP on itself, it's worth understanding how COLEAD thinks about capacity building, because it shapes everything we do and it even shapes the ERP. So you can see here that we think of it as a continuum. So on one hand, you have some training materials, webinars, self-study courses, collective trainings that were mentioned previously by Doris. They are scalable. Many people can access them at any time at your own pace. and they are designed to build the foundational knowledge. And on the other hand, you have a more technical assistance where they are more personalized, more intensive, and more even targeted to a specific entrepreneur situation. So the ERP, it will sit across this whole continuum, and it's a pathway. I really emphasize on this word. It's a pathway that can meet you wherever you are. So whether you're just starting thinking about financing, or whether you are you have a very specific project in mind and needs a hands-on support to make your funding case. So the whole question is, what is the ERP exactly? Well, think of it as a journey, as a pathway with 4 different stages. And each one of them is built on the previous one, and each one of them is going to bring you closer to securing the funding and your business needs. So the first stage, and this we call it the stage 0 actually, is the business model validation. So this is where your journey starts. So before you can talk about financing, you need to be clear on what your business actually does, how it creates value, and whether the model is viable. And for that, we follow our capability approach. So we have a webinar called the Demystify Access to Finance for our Agri and Horticulture project, which is also a great entry point for anyone who's new to this concept, because as the name says it really demystifies the access to finance perspective. And we also have a self-study course, Introduction to Business Model, a validation in the agricultural sector that you may have seen earlier with Doris. Then the second stage, let's call it like that, it's what is the business plan support. So once your business model is solid, when it has been validated, you need to formalizing it. And a business plan is not just a document, it's the story of your business. So, this story has to be told in a certain structure. It must be credible and also be in a compelling way. So for that, again, we have a webinar called Why Your Agribusiness Needs a Business Plan. We have a self-study course of around 6 hours that walks through the content step by step. And for those who are enrolled in our programs, we run collective trainings, tutor trainings, where you work alongside with other entrepreneurs, because we also think that this is where the learning really happens sometimes. Then when you do have a validated business model, when you do have a business plan, you have to complement your business plan with a financial plan. And this is where many agripreneurs tell us they feel the most lost, and it's also understandable because financial planning can feel sometimes very technical and very intimidating. But it's a very non-negotiable when it comes to convincing a financier, because this is exactly where he's going to look out. So for that, we have the same structure. Here, we have a webinar introducing the why, a self-study course on the how, and a collective training that gives you practical hands-on experiences. So once you have completed this stage, you must understand your numbers, you can explain your projections, your hypothesis, and you can have a real conversation with a bank, an investor, or a development financial institution. And that really changed everything. So when you are here, there's the last stage of our investment readiness path, who is the matchmaking. So this is the final stage, and this is where we help you connect the dots between your project and the right funding source. So because there is no single answer, for example, a smallholder farmer looking for working capital, for example, will have different needs than an agri-MSME looking to invest in processing equipment. So for that reason, we have run a series of webinars called Search Identified a Relevant Source of Funding. And those webinars covers first how to navigate funding online platforms, then how to evaluate the different eligibility criteria, then how to select the right option for your agri project, and then how to actually engage with that source of funding. So there are 4 sessions or 4 webinars. They are very practical and they really have an order. So there's some kind of little process that you need to follow. Now, I also want to emphasize on 2 things, what we call the post-training support. So usually it's for the participants, for the beneficiary who are under a standard support project. And the idea is that we don't just train and leave, but there is, as it's mentioned, we have a whole follow-up after. We have a really post-training support. So we really accompany you as you apply what you have learned earlier with the webinar, the self-study course, the collective training. And the second one, aspect that I wanted to mention is the tailor-made intervention. They are for business with very high impact potential. And for that case, we're going to hire, for example, an expert to help you through your project. So this is our ERP, our investment readiness path in access to finance. Now, the whole question is, how do I actually have access to all of this? And it's very simple. Some are open access and some are only accessible to the program's beneficiary. So I want to be clear is that a significant part of our resources are open access. So you don't need to be enrolled to benefit from it. So for example, the webinars that I mentioned earlier, so we organize them on live, on Zoom, and they are recorded and available on replay on our YouTube channel. We have in our YouTube channel, we have a whole playlist, an Access to Finance playlist. There are 2 of them, one in French and one in English. So if you missed a session, or if you want to revisit a topic, you can do so at any time. Then we have the self-study course that were presented by Doris. So they are available on our Moodle platform. They are very self-paced. You can go back whatever time when you have time. And also from time to time, we also organize what we call the collective facilitated self-study sessions, where an expert will guide the whole group, so the whole persons who are enrolled through the course content together, and you can ask him the questions that you have, which also adds a certain level of interaction and support. Now, on the right side of the slides, you have the different resources that are reserved for the program beneficiary only. So as I mentioned, the collective trainings that are more intensive, but also more punctual. They can happen online or in person. And keep an eye on our communication for the upcoming session. For now, we don't have any collective trainings planned, but keep an eye on also, for example, on our social media for the upcoming sessions. And then, as I mentioned before, we have the post-training support and also the tailor-made intervention. One final point that I wanted to emphasize is that all our resources are available in both English and French. So wherever you are, whichever language you work in, we have some support to cover you in our ERP. So to wrap everything up with a simple message, the investment readiness path was built because we believe that a lack of preparation should never be the stance between a promising agribusiness and the financing it needs. So whether you're just an entrepreneur who never spoken to a financier before, or whether you're knocked back by you have been knocked back by a bank and you don't understand why, there's a place for you in this path. So I really encourage you to explore the platform, attend a webinar, take a course, and if you think that your business could benefit from a deeper level of support, don't hesitate to apply from any support you needed, as mentioned by Ines. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Christelle, for this presentation, and I think which was really clear also. And participants, everyone here, I hope you guys will take the opportunity to enroll on these courses, different courses that have been presented to you by Doris first, and then by Christelle. And I know you guys mentioned that access to finance was one of your wish, actually, to know and improve in, and get access for your various companies. So please do not hesitate, just enroll today. I will say enroll today because it's free access. And if you have any issue, do not hesitate to reach out, follow up. We will share an email by the end of the webinar for any question you may have. And Ines shared the link to request for support for future programs that are coming. Also, do not hesitate also to register to these links. Thank you so much, Doris and Christelle. So we move to the last tool that have two faces. I let my colleague Nina go more deeply to this. So we discovered the Agrinnovators platform, which have a particular component which we dedicated to the agri-food entrepreneurs in the world. I will say your space to know, to learn, to connect, and to create partnership, etc. But to connect with other entrepreneurs around the world on other regions. And so I will invite now Nina Desanlis-Perrin, my colleague. She's working with me in the network and analysis department. And Nina is in charge of the Caribbean region mostly, but today she's happy to join and present the Agrinnovators platform to you. So Nina, thank you for joining, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ahoefa, and thank you to the other colleagues for presenting their tools. So nice to meet you, everyone. I will be presenting Agrinnovators. So let me share my screen. Up. Can you see my screen?
Coming. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what was presented before was very more technical tools where you can enroll in some courses, watch some webinars to gain a lot of technical skills that can help you as an owner of a business. Now I'm going to present Agrinnovators. It's an online platform. It's accessible for everyone, open access, it's free, and it's the hub for agri-food entrepreneurs from around the world. So basically, this platform has two aspects to it. The first one is we at COLEAD organize a lot of webinars, online webinars, with different partners, regional partners in Africa, in the Caribbean. And this platform serves as really the hub for these webinars. So that's where we're going to put all the information regarding each webinars. And mainly in those webinars, we focus on a specific topic, and then we invite different panelists, entrepreneurs, experts that can show their experience in that specific topic. And the real goal is to inspire other entrepreneurs, other people in the sector, to see what kind of innovations are out there, and to also establish an intra-regional dialogue to foster innovation, basically. So that's the first aspect. And then the second aspect is our community forum, because we've realized that what people need is to share their knowledge, to understand what's happening in other places. So we have created this community forum for people to be able to ask questions and to see what's going on. So I think here the audience now is mainly English speaking, but just for you to know, this website is available in 4 languages, so you can always check it out in French, Spanish, and Portuguese as well. Okay, so we will go through the website, the platform together. So as you can see, this is the home page, and you have different tabs up there. So we will go first to the sessions tab. So that's what I was explaining to you before, our different sessions or webinars that we have with different partners. So for example, the one focused on Africa, we have with PAFO, the one focused on the Caribbean, we have with ICA, etc. So for example, let's go see the series of webinars we organize with the PAFO. And when you click on the tab, you will see a little introduction about the partnership that we have between PAFO and COLEAD. And then you will find all the related sessions. So for example, well, we just talked about access to finance, so we can go see innovation session number 26, which was focused on financing African agri-food entrepreneurs. And you can see that this session was held on the 24th of March, so about 3 months ago. And you can see here some documents, the programs, the biodata, the highlights of the session. So you can just click on it and it will open a tab with the document, the PDF document. And you can scroll a bit, see a bit of an introduction about the topic, the panelists that were present. And here you have the recordings and the PowerPoint presentation of the speakers. So if you're interested, it's a lot of really interesting information. So if you're interested, you can go back to all those webinars and check out what was being talked about. Then what we also do is when we have entrepreneurs who come to showcase their business during our webinars, we then create business profiles of their enterprises. So if you're interested in seeing what some businesses do around the world, you can go on this tab. You can filter by region, so by country basically, or by topic. And you can refine your search if you want, and then have a look at the different business profiles. For example, if we want to go see, we can go see Enimiro, a Ugandan business, and you will have here the information about the business, their vision, mission, products and markets, innovations, etc. So you can find the whole profile there with some pictures. So that can be interesting as well. And then we also have some impact stories. So it's basically the same as a business profile, but it's a bit more focused on the impact that these enterprises have had in their communities, in their communities. But it follows the same kind of logic, with some information about the business and why they had some impacts. Then we also have the topics tab. So this is kind of like all the topics that we are trying to cover on our Agrinnovators platform. So you will see that we have access to finance, agroecology, circular economy, etc., etc. If you want to go, for example, have a look on the access to finance one, we have here a bit of an explanation of what is meant by access to finance in the agri-food sector. And then you can scroll down and you can see the content that is linked to this specific topic. So it can be, for example, a business profile, for example, EcoBed. It can also be a session, for example, the one that we just looked at before, innovation session number 26, financing African agri-food entrepreneurs. And we have few others. So you can browse basically the content linked to a topic that you're interested in via this specific function. Now, when you go back on the homepage, you can, I hope you can still hear me. Yes, you can scroll down, and well, you will see here as a bit of an informative detail. We have had 73 online webinars so far. We invited 224 entrepreneurs, and we've had more than 13,000 participants coming from about 200 different countries. If you scroll down a bit, here you have the direct links to these different sessions that I was explaining before. And even if you're based in Africa, you can also explore what's happening in the Caribbean, what's happening in the Pacific, what's happening in Europe. It still can be, of course, interesting. And when you scroll down a bit more, you see now the calendar. So that's interesting if you are willing to, register for a future upcoming session. If you think that the topic is of interest for you, for example, well, the next one is on the 7th of July about the youth and women in agri-food. So you can just click on this, and you will have topic, date, time, and the registration link. So that's one way to keep up to date with what online events we are organizing. Now, when you go back on the homepage, you can scroll down and you see now the networking forum aspects. So I'm going to go back on top. And yeah, so that was the more information part of Agrinnovators, and now we're going to speak a bit about the forum. So basically, the Agrinnovators forum goal is really to create a global network of agricultural experts and entrepreneurs. We want members to be able to share their insights, to discuss innovation, to grow their professional circle. And yeah, that's the goal. So we strongly encourage you to register on this forum as well. You can click here, register, and you will see that it's a pretty straightforward registration like any online platform: username, email, occupation, country. For role, you see that you have the choice between expert and entrepreneur. So it's however you prefer to identify yourself as. Sector, you can write a little bit about yourself. You can add a profile picture if you want. And you can also enter the website of your company if you want. And then you just click on register. I obviously have already an account, so I will show you how it is inside when you log in. So this is what it looks like. And you will see that we have different topics, so kind of different conversations inside this forum. So the first one is kind of an introduction conversation. So it's the goal is that people who register on this forum, they can send a little message to everyone, explain who you are, what's your goal in being in this forum. If you're looking for, I don't know, some business opportunities, if you just want to share knowledge, and then we have other conversations on specific topics, so circular economy, climate resilience, labeling, packaging, women empowerment, and access to finance. So I will just show you how it works. So let's say you just registered, you want to say something to the fellow members of the platform. You can go in the introduce yourself conversation. You see that a lot of people have made a little self-introduction. So you can go check that out, and you can yourself post something. So to post, you see here this start discussion button. So you just click on it. You have to add a topic title and then type your text, your message, and just click on start discussion. If you want, you can also paste a picture or attach a document. So that's one way to post. Then let's go back. And let's say now you are interested to see what's happening on the Climate Resilience Forum. So you scroll down and you can go click on Climate Resilience. My internet is a bit slow, so that's why it's taking a bit of time. Okay. So now you've entered the climate resilience conversation and you can see a lot of different posts. And let's say you're interested in the International Research Consortium. You can click on it. And you can see what's going on. So we see here that it's a thread. So Ahoefa posted something about the IRC. Well, she posted a few things about the IRC. And let's say you want to, you want to ask a question or you want to share an insight or anything, basically, you can leave a reply. So you see here, leave a reply. You type your text and you click on add reply and you will be replying to someone's posts. So that's how it works. It's pretty straightforward. And we really encourage all of you to go check out Agrinnovators, to register to the forum, and to explore all the content of past webinars that we have, of the business profiles, etc. And yes, if you're interested, our next session is with PAFO on the 7th of July, and the topic is about women and youth in the agri-food sector. So yes, that's it for me. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Nina, for presenting Agrinnovators Forum. And we can't wait to have you guys joining the forum as well and sharing all your concern. You can share your experience, share your your journey steps, and maybe request for other people to share, to give comments or to share good case practice to you regarding to where you are in the development of your company. So join today and join the community, I will say. So I think there was not a particular questions about tools. I hope you guys understood very well what was behind these tools and how you can use them. Yes, I can see one question, specific presentation, especially we will get back to, so you can go through the catalog and see some courses that can answer to your needs. But those who are part of the GTM studio, we will get back to you with another I would say more internal session with the courses that we recommend to you to follow regarding to your profile and your needs of growth. So I would say we are coming progressively at the end to the session. Before I give the floor back to Ines, I would like to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you for paying so much attention to what have been shared by my colleagues, and thank you to my colleagues for sharing, for taking their time to share these tools and resources to our community of agripreneurs. And we hope you join the community, you will enroll, you will make the most of all these resources. I will post an email while Ines is doing her closing, so that you can reach out if you have any question, any concern, you request for anything. You can send an email and we will be happy to refer you to the right resource person to provide you clarification. So thank you so much, everyone. Ines, I'm giving you the floor to to close this.
Thank you so much, Ahoefa, and thank you again to RUFORUM to having mobilized this excellent group of entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, learners. So it's really a pleasure. And I would like to end in the very operational and pragmatical notes. So if you don't mind, I will share my screen again with the website, because I see a lot of questions still linked to resources. So I will try to be very, very brief, so not to take your time, but it's so that we really want that you get out of this session with the maximum information. And as said, resources are there. Sometimes it's not easy to navigate because it's a lot of years of information of building this know-how, but it's there. It's for you. So really take the maximum you can. So I really invite you to navigate the COLEAD website. So colead.link, it's our website. And if you go, you have all these languages. I see people from Benin and other countries. So you have in French, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. And my colleague already mentioned e-learning, but I saw a few questions about analytics, about market information. So I really invite you to go to explore our dashboards, where you can see information on EU, Africa trade relations, or Africa and the world of agri-food, so that you can really be aware of what's happening. What are the value chains that are of more request in a certain part of the globe? What are the trade that is happening? So if you are well informed, you will be able to have better decisions. So this is here. These dashboards are there for you. You can navigate, you can see if, for example, imagine you are in the mango, you are from Ghana and you are in the mango and you want to export fresh mango to for example, Belgium. So it's important that you are aware of what's happening. Are there any problems of mango coming from Ghana to the EU? What are the causes of those problems? Potentially some pests that are or some issues. So it's good that you have information. It's all here, so you can see the interceptions that happened at EU level, sanitary certifications. You can see the trades that is circulating in terms of agri-food. So it's there for you. So again, colead.link analytics. So for the questions in the chat about market information, this is where you have e-library. My colleague already went through when she was with the e-learning, but talking again about market information, you will have access to very interesting market studies. Imagine that you are the producer of mango. You want to go and to add value to the mango. So, for example, in terms of mango, we have some brochures on how to create value from mango, pulp, dry mango, etc. So a lot of information, guides, and I can put here, for example, mango. I speak about mango because mango is one of the strongest value chain at COLEAD. So market studies. So important. If this is a sector that you want to read, be informed, be aware. The more you read, the more you are informed, the better decisions you can take. Then you have the regulatory part. This is also a free website. I think you need to dream high, no? When you are young entrepreneurs, and maybe Europe is the target for your produce. You want to export to the EU, you need to know what EU is accepting. So we invite you to register to the agrinfo.eu. It's a free portal and a lot of information of what's going on. So again, all these resources are there for you. Take advantage of those resources. If you have any question, the COLEAD team is available. You met already a few faces. My colleagues are there to provide any information that you might need. If you don't ask, we don't know what you want, so really be proactive. And this is being part of entrepreneur, is being proactive and really looking for to find solutions and get to some answers. So it was really a pleasure, and we'll really look forward to be with you through this journey and to continue our collaboration with RUFORUM. So thank you a lot for your presence here. Thank you, Ahoefa, for the excellent moderation. Thank you all the colleagues. Thank you, Doris. Thank you, Lois. And thank you, the RUFORUM team for this excellent organization. Thank you so much. And Jero, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ines. Thank you, Lois. And thank you, everyone.